I took the most extreme route to grow out my grey hair. Hi, my name's Jane. Welcome to A New in Midlife. Back in May of 2024, I shaved off all my hair. Not for a fashion statement, not for a trend, but to finally stop hiding who I am. No more dye, no more covering greys, just me starting over. That moment was one of the most extreme actions that I took in the name of self-love. I didn't regret it then, and I still don't regret it now. Here's why I chose to go grey cold turkey and why buzzing off my hair was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Let me give you a brief history about the condition of my hair. The first time I remember seeing a grey hair was in the 5th grade. So I must have been about 10, 11, and I couldn't believe it because I remember thinking only old people have grey hair. I'm in 5th grade. I shouldn't have grey hair. And as I grew older, as I went into high school, I noticed, more and more grey hair coming out. It wasn't an overnight, blossoming of grey hairs. No, it was a very gradual process. But even though it was a gradual process, the fact that I was only 10, 11, 12 years old, I still felt uncomfortable that I was getting grey hair at such a young age. And so when I was old enough, I eventually started dyeing my hair. At first I thought I'm going to dye my hair because, I'm young, I'm 18, 19, 20, whatever, and I just want it to be a fashion statement in terms of, like I'll get streaks in my hair, I'll cut it different styles, so I'll have highlights. I only stopped dyeing my hair after I got my buzz cut. So all those years of dyeing my hair, all that build up of product and dye did not leave my hair in the best of condition. In May of last year, it happened that I got surgery on my right foot. I had bunion surgery, and so I was bedbound for 2 weeks straight. And one of the things that I wasn't allowed to do was wet my feet, and that made showering very, very difficult. During that time, my hair was getting really gross, and my hair just felt so itchy. It was, like I said, it was about, just past my shoulders, and I had dyed it probably 4 weeks before I got my surgery. But during that time when I was bedbound and I felt so miserable with my hair, my scalp was itchy, and I've always suffered from dandruff. I've suffered from dandruff longer than I remember having grey hair. And it's always been an ongoing battle with me and dandruff. No matter what I use, it's always come back. It's never gone away permanently. And even to this day, it hasn't gone away permanently. I use a special anti-dandruff shampoo, which I'll share with you in the link below, that has drastically helped me reduce my dandruff, but I still use it once every week or 2 weeks because I stopped using my anti-dandruff completely, it will come back again. So at that time, my hair was suffering from dandruff, and because I hadn't dyed it for 4 weeks, the greys were coming out. For years, I was chasing this perfect color match. You probably know the drill. You dye it, it looks good for a little while, but then boom, the roots come out. And you're constantly worrying, especially before a big social event. It just became this endless cycle of salon appointments, do-it-yourself box dyes, touch-ups, checking in the mirror, feeling self-conscious when the greys came out, and not to mention it was expensive. Between the cost of color, treatments to fix the damage, the time, it was just exhausting. At some point I realized, who was I doing this for? Because it wasn't for me. I wasn't enjoying the process. I was tired, and I think my hair was tired too. And the funny thing is, I was covering my greys to make me look more youthful, but in the end, I think it made me look and feel more worn out because it was just so damaged and so brittle, and it just didn't have the shine that healthy hair should have. So towards the end of my 2 weeks of being bedbound, and the accumulation of all those feelings, I thought to myself, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have to keep maintaining my hair like this. I hate how my hair feels. I hate how it makes me feel. And I already knew that I didn't want it to gradually grow out. No, that was not for me. I'm too extreme for that. So I'm like, that's it. I'm just going to give myself a buzz cut. I've always wanted a buzz cut. I remember when Natalie Portman was in that movie, I think it was V for Vendetta, and she had a buzz cut, and Demi Moore in G.I. Jane, they can do it. Why can't I do it? And to be honest, for me, all I could think about was, it's just hair. It will grow back. If I didn't like my buzz cut, I would just wait for it to grow out. It wasn't a big deal to me. I have to admit that once I did buzz my hair, I did go out and buy a wig, just in case I didn't like my hair. I really didn't think that I wouldn't like my hair. I think maybe I brought it because it would have been a shock to a lot of people out there, perhaps, maybe. But I honestly don't think I brought it for myself. I think I bought it to eases everybody else's discomfort with my buzz cut rather than easing my discomfort with my buzz cut, if that makes any sense. But I never used it. I never used it in public like that. I created videos wearing it in my YouTube shorts on my other channel to play a character, but not because I was trying to hide my buzz cut or anything like that. I felt a bit apprehensive, not for myself, but more so for my husband, because I know he likes me with long hair. He's never mentioned anything about the grays, but I know that he likes me with longer hair. I did this without telling him. He was actually away for work, and I just did it. I didn't consult him. I didn't tell him. I just thought to myself, it's just hair. It will grow back. And if he doesn't like it, then tough luck. Maybe that shouldn't have been my attitude, but for this particular decision, I wanted to make it quickly, and I wanted to make it without someone else influencing my decision. I think it might have been the day of, or maybe the couple of days after I took the bandage off from my surgery, and I had my daughter's nanny come and help me. And I've actually created a video about that, and it is on my other channel. I'll put a link in the description box below. I just literally tied my hair up in 2 ponytails, and I cut it short, and then I took the razor and just buzzed it off. Number 2 I did, and it just felt so liberating for me. It made me feel so alive, and I couldn't believe, I couldn't understand why I didn't do it sooner. I'm like, why didn't I do it sooner? I questioned myself, why didn't I do it sooner? What was stopping me? I couldn't stop smiling. If you watch that video, you see that I honestly couldn't stop smiling. I had so much fun with my buzz cut. Since that time, I haven't touched my hair in terms of dyeing it at all. This is all my natural hair now. I haven't dyed it. I haven't put any kind of toner in it or anything like that. I've just, when I shower, I just shampoo it like normal, and I use my anti-dandruff shampoo, like I said. It feels fuller. The hair do not feel dry and brittle anymore. And I haven't had to use any kind of special shampoo or conditioner or anything. I just absolutely love it, and I don't feel self-conscious about my grays at all. I feel free from the restraints of having to dye my hair. It used to cost me about anywhere between 90 to 120 pounds every 6 to 8 weeks to get my hair trimmed and dyed and, fancy smancy. Do you know how much it costs me now since I've buzzed my hair? Every time I go for a trim, I think the most I've paid is £30. I had a trim and a shampoo and a blowout. I think it was £30. And I spend way less time in the salon, and I don't care. I really don't care. The reactions from my family and friends have been very positive. My husband probably had the most extreme reaction. He was very shocked. Let's say he was very shocked when he saw me with a buzz cut and when he realized what I had done. But I will give him credit for being very supportive since then. He got over it in probably about a week or 2, and then he's never said anything about it since then. He hasn't made me feel bad about my hair. I think it was the initial shock in the first couple of weeks that made him pull back a bit. But then, like I said, he got over it, and we have been absolutely fine since then. I even asked him, how he felt about my grey hairs. And he goes, I don't care. Like, I've always known you had grey hair. What? It doesn't make any difference to me. It's just hair. That really assured me that he was okay with me going grey. That has definitely been a huge factor in the way I feel about myself and my grey hair. My brothers and sisters laughed about it in a joking kind of way, but they laughed about it because, you know, they thought it was a bit funny as well. But it was absolutely fine from my brothers and sisters. Again, they were a bit shocked, but nothing extreme. The support from my friends have been phenomenal. They were all for it. They love it. Would they do it themselves? I don't know, but they really enjoyed it when I did it. I got compliments that I never expected from strangers and from friends. Like, you look so badass. You look so radiant. It really suits you. I felt that within myself as well. And I did smile bigger. I was more happy. I did feel this sense of liberation and this sense of empowerment that I've never felt before. I haven't felt any kind of pressure to dye my hair from anybody around me. It has grown out so much in the past 12 months. And every 8 to 12 weeks now, I might go and get it trimmed because I am trying to grow it out. And I think the longest I'm going to have my hair is probably like a bob. But whatever length it is that I choose in the future, I know that I'm not ever going to dye my hair again. It's just not worth it for me. That's not who I am anymore. That's not what's important to me anymore. It's just a matter of take it or leave it kind of thing with me. I love my hair so much now. It feels so different to what it used to feel, and it makes me feel so different to how I used to feel. Was going grey cold turkey scary? It was a little bit, I must admit. Was it extreme? Absolutely. But do I regret it? Not a single day. Because sometimes the biggest change is the most beautiful one. Have you done anything as extreme as giving yourself a buzz cut? I'd love to hear your story. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs a little grey-haired encouragement today. Thank you. Bye.